Hi everyone, welcome back to JoanneTechLover. I'm Joanne, and today I have an exciting product for you. This is the Razer BlackWidow Ultimate Chroma RGB mechanical gaming keyboard, and it features the Razer Green switches, and I have to admit that the illumination was quite impressive considering that it was RGB. Here's what you get in the box, the keyboard itself, which I'll go over in more detail in just a bit, but first let's take a look at the documentation. I like that they give you this paper packaging, much better than the plastic in my opinion. And inside, what do you get? Let's see, some Razer stickers, and they have this kind of rainbow effect if you turn it to the side, which is pretty nice, I must say. Now then, moving right along is the user guide, but I'm pretty sure in the video I will tell you much more than what this guide has to offer. And what is this? This is the rewards program from Razer. Go ahead and check out the site for more details. And last but not least is the, of course you get the congratulations, there is no turning back notice. I'm not sure what they're trying to say to you. But you just have to interpret it, huh? Now on to the actual keyboard. Razer has designed it to have this matte finish. Although matte finish is generally nice, what I've discovered about this keyboard is that it tracks oils very easily and it's hard to wipe off. And it's not soft touch finish. It's just this kind of stiffer, I suppose, rubberized, plasticky feeling finish. So that is something that I don't like about it. And the keycaps are just, standard ABS, which most keyboards have. And let's turn it around to the back. So on the back, I love how this little area here is printed backwards, upside down. It's just really funny to me. But for sure it says Razer BlackWidow Chroma. And you do get some rubberized feet to keep this unit in place when you are using it, as well as some angled feet, which is always a nice touch. But like I always say, I also like to see some angled feet on the bottom as well for a reverse incline. Now on the side, I'm just going to go ahead and take it off the stand. On this side, you will notice a USB pass-through port, as well as pass-through headphone and mic jacks for that really fancy schmancy headset that you probably have going with this. Haha. And also comes with this thick braided cable, and for the pass-through ports, of course, you get some cables to go along with it. So here are your headphone and mic jacks, as well as a USB connector that says port, that is for the pass-through port. And with the Razer logo, this USB connector is to power this keyboard. And I believe that covers it for the cables. Here's a closer look at the front of the keyboard. I'm going to go over dimensions first. So it measures 18.5 inches or 469 millimeters along this edge, and 7.2 inches or 182 millimeters along that edge, and it is 1.5 inches or 38 millimeters thick. Now, as for the weight, it's pretty standard, coming in at 3.3 pounds or 52 ounces for a full-size keyboard, that is. Now, why don't I go over some of the functions of this keyboard? It is fully programmable. That's what I really like about the BlackWidow series, and you also get an additional 5 macro keys, although I never actually end up using those, but I also just use a keypad for gaming these days, so yeah, irrelevant to me. But for some of you, this could be very, very helpful. Maybe you could use it for like profile switch or something like that. And you also get 10 key rollover, which means 10 simultaneous key presses should not conflict with each other. And now to the function keys. So using the function key and this top row here, you will be able to access some other features, such as the volume control with mute, of course, other media controls, and you get the macro on the fly button. So how does this work? And it is really easy and straightforward. So what you do is you press function and F9, and then you type out your macro, function F9 again, and then you press the key where you wish the desired macro to go. And when you press function F9, an M LED indicator will appear on this right corner of the keyboard. Now function F10 will kick you into game mode, which means it'll disable your Windows key, and if you enable the other functions, it'll disable your Alt Tab and Alt F4. Here are your LED adjust keys, and lastly is your sleep mode key, which is really nice. So you can kick your PC into sleep mode manually. I've removed some keycaps so you can check out the white backplate beneath the keys, and that's really just to help enhance the LEDs when they come out. And of course I wouldn't do green because that would just, further make the greens pop. Alrighty, but also I wanted to show you the switches. So you'll notice that it's individually backlit. There are LEDs on top of each of these switches, and these once again are the Razer Green switches, and they are clicky and tactile with 50-gram actuation force. So they most resemble MX Blues, and these are rated for 60 million keystrokes. Now here's a listen to these switches. That's just one key, and then you should totally see my expression when I do that every time. So here's an aside. Razer might have changed up these switches, but I still believe that these are the Kale Blues. Here's a look at the LED indicators on the right side of the keyboard, and you'll notice that they are very faint, something I think should be improved on. And also, just to give you an idea, caps lock off, caps lock on. You can kind of barely see, and even when I'm close up with the keyboard. But moving on to the more spectacular part of the LED show, we're going to press function and F12 to turn on the LEDs to their very, very brightest. There we go. And I have to say, it's very comfortable brightness. It's not too bright where it's searing my eyeballs, but it's just right. And I'm going to go through some of the various lighting patterns as well as colors. So we're on static right now, but let's say you want to change it to red. And there you have it. I feel like it could change a little bit faster, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. And then we're going to go into breathing. And right now they're going to breathe between two colors randomly. You could choose that option, but you could also choose your own, of course. But as for the breathing effect, also kind of wish I could change the duration so that I could speed it up a bit. And then let's go to the next option, which is custom. Now for custom, you could have your own backlighting, or you could change the, for example, MMO backlighting, or go to, let's say, RTS. And then you also want your own base color. So I want to keep it that base color, and boom. You could also change the individual keys, of course. Now let's go into reactive. And this is where, when you type on it, it reacts to you. Yeah, because it likes you. So there's that. And then what else is there? There's spectrum cycling, which will cycle through, it should cycle through the 16.8 million colors that they claim they provide to you. And once again, kind of wish I could speed this up, but that's okay. I mean, it's just a nice effect, I guess, if you're around your friends or you take it to a gaming event or something like that. So there's that. And then there is a static. Oh wait, we already did that, duh. There's wave, which is the last one. You can make it wave to the right or make it wave to the left. And I absolutely love this effect. I mean, once again, we dub this the Skittles effect. Here's a look at the Razer BlackWidow Chroma RGB keyboard software, and if this is your first Chroma keyboard, then it'll prompt you to update the software, which is great because you don't have to go looking for it. And then after that happens, you will be prompted to restart the computer, which you should do, and then this screen will appear. Let's start off with customize and profile. So let's create a new profile and call this P2, and there is no need to save. Don't see any buttons, it just saves automatically. And let's create a third one and call this P3. And you'll notice that, ooh, got 3 profiles. Let's head back to P1. And to delete a profile, simply click the profile you wish to delete, click yes, and it is gone. You can also copy, import, or export profiles. Maybe your friend has a profile that you really like or something like that. And then you can also create a shortcut for the profile or link a program, for example, a game, Diablo, WoW, Dota, whatever floats your boat. And then also you could just register. And let's move on to the actual customization of the keys. So all you have to do is just click on it, and once again, this is fully programmable and definitely the feature I love about BlackWidow keyboards. And you just drag down the menu. You can keep it as default, or you could change it to keyboard function, mouse function, enter device, macro, switch profile, button, launch a program, multimedia, shortcuts, or disable the key altogether. And one moment, but I don't really want to put it on the W key. Let's say I want to put it on one of these special 5 macro keys. So I want to go in there and let's set up a macro. You can create a macro directly from here. We are going to call this M1 for the sake of simplicity. You can choose to record delay or not. And then I'm going to record Q40 because that's what I love to do, and then hit stop, and you'll notice the seconds are all a little bit different because I'm not a robot. Now let's go ahead and open up Notepad, and wait a second, of course I have to save, yes, and then save this macro to the key. Now I'm going to press M1, and there goes QWERTY. There's a second way of creating macros, and I believe this is the only place where we can go ahead and delete the macro, not from this section here. So we're going in here, and let's, for the sake of simplicity, call this M2. Now you could choose to record delay, auto delay, which is my favorite because wow, I just kind of just like to, you know, pace it out. And then there's also default delay. Let's say you want to change it to like 5 seconds or something. I have no clue, but maybe. And then you could choose no delay, but I prefer auto delay. So let's go ahead and record this macro. I want to type out banana. Yes, I love my minions. And then let's stop record. And this is cool. You could highlight the letter that you want, or the second delay, and then you could move it up or down. So in case, let's say you thought you made a mistake or something. And here's a really cool tool. Let's say you don't want A and you want like backspace or B or I or something. It's just really awesome. You can even change the second delay. Let's say I want it to be 19 seconds because I have no idea. I just know these things. I'm just kidding. All right, so there's just so much you could do. Or you could go ahead and click insert. And then you could insert a delay before, after, a keystroke before, after, and then let's say keystroke, and then we're going to record, and there's the delay options. So I want to record XYZ or something like that, and then we'll stop it, save, and there it is. See, XYZ in front of the other letters. And I think that those are definitely really cool options for the software. If you didn't know about it, I just hope I was able to show you all about it. Now then, let's go back to the keyboard because there's more that I like to talk about over here. Let's go to lighting. Now this is what's super cool about this keyboard is the RGB lighting. So how do you change it up? Up here you can click to switch off all lighting when display is turned off, or you could toggle with the brightness. Of course, there's the adjust buttons on the actual keyboard, but you could do it here too. And we're going to start off breathing. So in the breathing mode, which you probably have seen, you could choose the colors. Let's say you want to do salmon. I call this salmon. And gray or something like that. And it'll just pulse this color and then the next color every few seconds or so. Or you could choose random color. Very cool. And let's move on to custom. So I kind of already made this a JTL color keyboard, but let's say I want to change the base color to yellow or something, and then I want to change, what goes with yellow? I guess green does, but maybe let's go like turquoise or something. Okay, and so you take this tool, this is only for this color, and then you could change whatever letters you want. I mean, this is just, it's so easy, I don't have to like open up 10 billion menus to like, how do I assign this color? It's just, very straightforward. Now, if you wish to delete or erase a color, you just erase it, but you can't really erase the base color. You just have to change it. But yeah, there it is. It's very, very simple. Or what you could do is you could pick a template. So here are the templates. You could do FPS, is it MMO, they even have Counter-Strike on here for you, and League of Legends, StarCraft 2. I mean, Razer knows your gaming needs. That is all I'm gonna say. And let's say you want to use some other keys because who knows why. So you could take this tool and of course pick the color that you want and then just change up the colors. But of course, you know, you're probably thinking, don't touch that. But yeah, so there's the templates. Now, what I kind of wish is that in the custom, I could change I could add a breathing effect or add a reactive or spectrum effect or something like that, but I don't really see that, and maybe Razer will in a future update, who knows, but would have liked to see that. Yeah, because not too many options here, but I suppose it could be enough for some. Now, reactive lighting, of course, you hit the keys and boom, and there's a duration of how long, or how long it lasts and whatnot, and then there's also spectrum cycling, which just goes through all of those 16.8 million colors that, many people claim. And what I would have liked to see for this is maybe a duration, because it's a little slow. I wish I could just make it go into, an LED seizure, because that would be cool. Now then, let's go to static, which is just, of course, the color that you choose. Once again, here it is. And if you wish to look at a larger color palette than what they have here, just click on the bottom here and then you could just pick whatever color that you would like. And then go ahead and hit OK. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel because it is not necessary. And then there is wave. Oh, I love the wave. Once again, we have the Skittles effect. Love it. Taste the rainbow. Was that good? Anyway, and then you can make the wave go in different directions, which is a nice touch. But it would have been cool if, you could make the waves go in, diagonal or something. But this is cool just the way it is. I really like it. I guess that covers it for the lighting. Let's go to the last thing here, which is gaming mode. In here, you can go ahead and, when it's on, of course, and you hit the function game key, which is F10, it'll disable Windows, should be automatic, can't really change that, but you could also disable Alt F4 or Alt Tab if those are relevant to you. And of course you can go off as well. So that covers it for the tutorial of the Razer BlackWidow Chroma RGB keyboard. Here's a look at the pros and cons. So what do I like about this keyboard? Of course, the RGB lighting. Only 2 keyboards in existence with this right now, I believe anyway. And then the easy-to-use software, even a beginner can program it, which is great. And the fully programmable keys with the 5 additional macro keys, which is still something that not all keyboards have. And macro on-the-fly recording for, let's say, you're in-game, and you could perfectly time the keystrokes that you need for the action sequence. So that is a major plus for me. And of course you get the Windows lock key and media functions and sleep key, which are always welcome on a gaming or any keyboard for that matter. As for the cons, well, software. It's very easy to use, yes. However, I do wish they had more lighting patterns, and I wish I could attach lighting patterns to the custom setting. That would make it even cooler than it is now. Also, the matte finish, I really don't like it. I actually prefer, the soft touch finish that the Funk series peripherals have. Yes, I said it. And also the very, very faint LEDs on the right side of the keyboard, no bueno. Well, that wraps up the video on this Razer BlackWidow Ultimate Chroma RGB mechanical gaming keyboard. If you like what you saw and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons. Also, please follow me on social media, JoanneTechLover Facebook fan page, JoanneFoodLover Twitter, and JoanneFoodLover again on Instagram. And also, please don't forget to hit the donate button so you can help expand this channel and feed this techie so that I can bring you more of what you want to see like this. And one last thing is Storenvy.com, where you can purchase my 8.5 by 11-inch autograph prints, so browse at your leisure. Guess all that's left to say is, see you next time!